What's happening, y'all? So earlier I watched the Rise of Skywalker episode 9 Star Wars trailer, and my reaction was quite muted because I didn't know what to think, didn't know how to feel, but I've watched it a few more times today. And it's gotten better every time I've watched it. The more I watch it, the more pleased I get, the more I get that feeling I had when I sat and watched The Force Awakens. Goodness gracious, look at that plane. Can you see it? Where is it? It's up there. It's loud. The more pleased I get, the more I feel better about it. I'm starting to get those old feelings back. Now, honestly, this is I'm saying this knowing that I felt really good about The Last Jedi trailer when it initially came out. I saw it, I was like, oh, that's really interesting and everything. And I ultimately didn't like the movie. But I really like The Force Awakens. And I'm starting to feel better about this. I think we're gonna go in a good direction. I hope. But I felt, yes, The Force Awakens was a little bit derivative, but it was. I felt the love of Star Wars in it, and I'm feeling that again from JJ and all the crew that worked on this. I'm feeling the love of Star Wars again. Like the Emperor, man, that's been blowing my mind all day. That's good. I'm excited about that. So, yeah, I've watched the trailer like, how many times have I seen it now? I've seen it probably about 15 times. I've watched it. And I watch it and then I go and I do something else. And then I come back and I watch it and I do something else. And just kind of been letting it soak in. And all those feelings about it. I think I feel good about it. The more I've watched it, the more I feel good about it. I think they're going to try to heal the fan divide and get us all back to a good spot. Get us back excited about Star Wars. I mean, some people never stopped being excited about Star Wars. And I made a video maybe a year ago at this time where I basically said I didn't care anymore. I wasn't even mad, I just didn't care, which is very hard for me because I really, really love Star Wars. I read the comic books and I stopped reading the comic books, and I occasionally read some of the books. I was an extensive book reader. I'm not going to pretend like I was. But I had read some of the books, and I wasn't interested in those anymore. I wasn't interested in any of the pictures that would come out or the leaks. Like, I just didn't care anymore. And but I mean that started shifting when they announced that the Clone Wars was coming back. I started going, okay, well, I really like Filoni and what he does, so that's exciting. I feel that's a step in the right direction. I strongly believe in rewarding good steps. And I'm like, that's a good step. And then they said, hey, we brought on Favreau and Filoni, and they're doing like The Mandalorian. And I'm like, okay, that feels like a good step to me. So I was excited about that. And listen, hey, I acknowledge there are people who like The Last Jedi. My wife's one of those people. It's been a house divided since that movie came out. It's funny, she doesn't like Solo, and I'm like, Solo's okay. But she really likes The Last Jedi, and I didn't like it. And the more she watches it, the more she likes it. And she kind of understands where I'm coming from. But the more I watch it, the more I'm like, I don't know. And there's things about The Last Jedi that I like. I feel like I need to keep going back to that. It's because I saw the movie. I've seen the movie 2.5 times. I saw it twice in the theaters, and then we bought it because my wife likes it. And I tried to watch it, and I got about a third to a half. Third, is that right? Third? Yeah, I don't know. I got a little bit into it, and then I couldn't anymore. And I think that a lot of people's divide, if they had to say, probably stems around how you feel about how they handled the character of Luke Skywalker. Some of my critiques of it go a little bit deeper, and I work in film and marketing and things like that, and so some of my critiques with the film are more along the lines of narrative choices and editing choices and things like that, and that I just don't feel work out or achieve the desired effect that maybe they were hoping to achieve. That's me trying to be as objective as possible. And then as a Star Wars fan, I didn't like how they handled Luke. I didn't like how they handled a lot of the some of the legacy choices, and just I feel like it felt like someone was, for lack of a better term, spitting on your religion or your childhood or whatever. I'm not going to get into it. Long story short, this I feel better about. This the more I've thought about it, I'm still not, I don't know about the title. The title gets me excited because I like the idea. I've always, if I had one complaint with both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, there wasn't enough, in my opinion, narrative thread relating directly to the Skywalkers. And I know some people say, but Kylo Ren is a solo. And I know that's like semantics and whatnot, but I mean, when you're this deep into it, everything's semantics from a certain point of view and all that. No, I've argued there needs to be someone with the last name Skywalker, and I'm hoping that comes out, or at least they drive that point home. And I like the title's fine. No Star Wars, very few Star Wars titles. I'm not gonna say none. Very few Star Wars titles have ever wowed me right out the gate. The Phantom Menace may have been the only one where I went, that's an interesting title. I don't know what it means, but it's interesting. Attack of the Clones is a garbage title. It's a statement. But so is The Empire Strikes Back. If people, it just tells you what's happening in the movie. What's happening? The Empire is striking back. A New Hope doesn't. All this stuff means contextually stuff after you've seen the films. That's typically how Star Wars titles go. The Revenge of the Sith is only interesting in that Return of the Jedi had already come out, and so it's like the opposite of that, or like there's like a mirror dichotomy thing going on. Force Awakens is a statement. The Last Jedi is a statement. Ambiguous statements, but and so the Rise of Skywalker kind of follows that trend in that it's more of a vague statement or hint. So it's fine to me. But it doesn't wow me or anything. But it's fine. I'm excited that they're acknowledging this, that it is the Skywalker saga. It's warm in here. Oh, man, I don't know. Where is my boy R2-D2? I saw a butt ton of C-3PO, and I saw BB-8, and I saw that new droid, whatever his name is. But where's my boy R2-D2? The man who has pulled people out of the fire time and time again. Where is he? Where is he? They've been sleeping on R2-D2 for too long. That's my complaint. There's my complaint, okay, with this trailer. Where's my boy R2-D2? Everything else looks really good. The Emperor's back, man. What does that mean? It's like I think in my trailer reaction I said I thought that was the voice of the Emperor, but then I'm like, oh, or is it Snoke? And then I went on to watch and saw that Ian McDiarmid came out, and that confirms it. It's the Emperor, which is exciting. No body. We didn't see a body. He didn't. So we didn't. In movie terms, just because a body falls down a shaft doesn't mean they're dead. Darth Maul. Come on now, that man got chopped in half and still came back. Speaking of something, I'd love to see it. I'd like to see more movies of Darth Maul. That'd be sweet. I'm just rambling. I'm spitballing now. Oh my goodness. I think I'm getting excited, y'all. I think I'm getting excited. I'm gonna go get Starbucks. Wearing my Fandom Menace shirt. Sweet. I don't care what nobody says. It's sweet. Even I would like to crawl my way out of the Fandom Menace if I can. But I'm not gonna lie. The dark side of me always likes the idea of like the fandom being like this lurking menace to the creators, and they gotta watch out for us, because if we don't like something, we're gonna let you know. And then you're gonna get bottomed like Solo was. That's a wrestling reference. Yeah, man. Maybe Star Wars is back. Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping that Rey would not have the same lightsaber again. Okay, last little rant. I hated how they treated the legacy lightsaber. Anakin to Luke, so on. I hated how they treated it in The Last Jedi. They treated it as like a joke and everything. And they didn't treat it anything with respect. And then at the end they destroyed it. And then now in the trailer we see it's back. It's put back together, and Daisy confirmed that on stage. But from a filmmaking perspective, I'm like, why? I would have almost taken that and gone, you know what? We have to abide, whether I like them or not, we should abide by those narrative choices. Because let's put it this way. As much as The Last Jedi frustrates me, it exists. And I am not one for going back and retconning things and things like that. Even and Star Wars has the luxury of shifting things from a certain point of view. So you can still kind of play with the narrative that's been presented to you and bring it in a different light. That's my personal opinion. But just, I don't know how it's a strange thing. Like, I was excited to see it, but part of me, like, with my filmmaker hat on, I'm like, maybe you should have taken the crystal and forged a new saber with it, or put in the staff and had like a staff saber. I don't know. You could have done something else, but it's fine. It's a fine choice. I'm not really mad about it. This is me nitpicking. It's one of those things, like, when I saw it, I was like excited, and then I'm like, I don't know if I would have done that. But it's like JJ is in a very interesting position. Like, I like the prequels. I'm a little bit of a prequel apologist, but I acknowledge that a lot of people did not like it. They didn't like the prequels. I think most people would say, okay, they like Revenge of the Sith, but the other ones, overall, people don't love them as much as the original trilogy. Unless maybe you grew up with them. I don't know. I grew up with the old trilogy growing up, and that was like Star Wars, and then I was excited and I saw the prequels in the theaters, and so I'm a little bit more forgiving. But a lot of people didn't like it, and so JJ had to come in and kind of bring people back. And I think for the most part he did that really well. Whether you ultimately ended up really liking The Phantom Menace or not, thinking it was derivative or something, I think it's hard-pressed to argue against the idea that he at least kind of brought the feel of Star Wars back. And, again, whether you like The Last Jedi or not, you also, I don't think, can deny that it split the fandom. It did. It was a divisive film. Amongst the fandom. I don't know if it's so much a divisive film amongst an average moviegoer. Because when I talk to average moviegoers who don't know anything about Star Wars, they liked it fine. And from a outside viewpoint, I can kind of see that, because you don't know anything. Like you're not attached to the mythology and the lore and everything and 30 years of history. You know, you're just going to see a movie and you're like, oh, this is an interesting movie. But as a fan, it's divisive. And so I feel like JJ is now back kind of in a strange parallel seat that he was in, where he has to bring, he's got to heal. He's got to heal people again. He's got to bring people together. I'm interested to see how long this movie is. I wonder if they'll pull a like an Avengers Endgame and really pump the time up on this. And you know what? Do it. Just do it. Go long if you need to. Take the time you need to close this thing out properly. And then let's move on. Let's do some new stuff. I hope he can do it. I'm gonna choose to be optimistic, because the more I've seen it, the more I've talked to people and seen, like I said, I have to see how other people feel about it and really let it marinate. I'm feeling better about it. So I've been talking for like 16 minutes at this point. I'll let y'all go. You don't got all day to listen to me ramble. Yeah. Again, what do y'all think? You excited about the Emperor coming back? Do you think Anakin Skywalker is going to come back in some form or fashion? God, I hope so. That would be so sweet. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to see Hayden Christensen anymore. Bump that, dude. It would be sweet. You know you would be excited. Don't pretend like you wouldn't be. The Hayden got a short end. He was doing the best. I'm telling you, this is my apologist side. He was doing the best he could with the script that was given to him. He's not. Is he the world's best actor? No. Is the world's worst actor? No, he's not. He's not. He's perfectly fine. I would be excited to see him reprise his role, even if it's Force Ghost. I will take it. Make it happen, JJ. I want that. Emperor's cool. I want to see some Anakin. That's what I want. Make it happen, Captain. All right, I'll see you guys later.